A worker stares at the pipe gap, frozen in place. Black mud is slowly seeping out. But that's not even the scariest part. Before he can even shout, the wellhead suddenly erupts with more mud. Everyone's completely frozen. Control room immediately shuts down the annular blowout preventer, and the mud stops instantly. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief, but they have no idea. The real nightmare is just beginning. Rewind 48 hours. Mike walks onto the platform with a smile. First thing he does is check the gauges. Everything looks normal, but Jimmy's frowning. Where are the cement bond log results? Mike asks every driller, and the answer makes his heart sink. We never did a cement test. Wait, why not? Head controller Jason reveals the truth. BP paid the logging crew to leave early. Turns out this billion-dollar drilling rig is already 50 days behind schedule, over budget by $50 million in rental fees. To save money and speed things up, they skipped the most critical safety check. Jimmy loses it right there. There's gotta be a line even when you're cutting corners. We've got hundreds of lives up here. With his insistence, John reluctantly agrees to do a pressure test. The annular preventer slowly opens. Mud starts flowing rapidly. A few minutes later, pressure reading 100. Safe range. Everyone's about to relax. But suddenly massive bubbles rise from the seafloor. The needle goes crazy. 200, 300, 500, blowing straight past the red line. Pressure is way over the limit. But John raises a question. If the pressure's this high, why isn't mud flowing from the drill pipe? He offers an explanation. Must be a sensor malfunction. Probably just a pressure pocket stuck around the preventer, sitting right on the sensor. John suggests, let's test the kill line again. If we get the opposite result, it'll prove it's just an electronic glitch. Jimmy's at a loss for words and approves the second test. But right now, something way more terrifying is happening on the seafloor. Mud carrying debris is surging out through the pipes like crazy. The kill line reading starts at 500, but suddenly, a massive chunk of debris completely blocks part of the pipeline. The pressure gauge drops to zero instantly. John sees the data and relaxes. See, told you, but nobody knows. Behind this perfect reading lies a deadly truth. Jimmy reluctantly agrees to start operations. The annular preventer opens again. The pent-up mud explodes instantly. Control room starts emergency mud diversion. But within minutes, pressure blows past the red line again. Deepwater disaster officially begins. The seafloor unleashes catastrophic energy. The annular preventer under the bombardment of high-pressure debris, completely destroyed. Mud charges toward the diverter room like an out-of-control beast. Next second it explodes right through the gaps. Jason screams the order. Close the second preventer. But under this kind of pressure, that's just delaying death. Caleb and the others use the last few seconds to run for their lives. Right now, the high-pressure mud flows like a moving wall. Rocks from the seafloor turn into flying bullets. The continuous mud surge destroys every facility around it. But the deadliest part is still coming. The mud's mixed with massive amounts of crude oil. Vaporized gas silently flows into the platform's air intake, through the pipe network, seeping into the combustion engines.